Hello all, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this crochet sweater vest. I'll put the picture up in the display so you can see it. And I'll be using two colors for this vest, and that is mustard and orange. And the yarn that I'm using is rubbing 100% acrylic. For this tutorial you're going to need I will be using a 5mm hook, yes, and then a pair of scissors, a needle, and a measuring tape. So to start off on this tutorial, you have to start off with a slip knot. And usually how I start off with my slip knot, I just get my yarn and make a knot, like a normal knot, like this. I pull it through that circle and then I pull it tightly. Yeah. So that's the slip knot. Once you have the slip knot, so what we're going to do, we are going to create a chain that measures from your underarms to your desired vest length ending at your waist. Please note that this measurement does not include the length up to your neckline. Leave room for that part later. So to make the chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. We'll begin this project from one side, and it will be starting from the side beneath the underarms and work upward toward the shoulders and neckline to achieve the total length of the vest. Then we shall mirror exactly what we did. When we get to the half of the vest, we shall mirror exactly what we did on this side onto the other side. So make a chain. That is the length from your, that's the length measuring from your underarms to your desired vest length ending at your waist. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, please note this length does not include the upper body length of the shoulders and the neckline, up to from the shoulders up to the neckline. So I'm making this chain. And I'll see you right back. Yeah, so I've completed the chain, which is measuring up to 19 inches. And so we are going to work a half double crochet along that chain. And to do this, you're going to skip the faster chain, this chain, the one on the hook, then yarn over and insert the hook into the next stitch. And this is the next stitch, this one. Pull through, yarn over, and then pull through all three. Yeah, so we're going to repeat this. To do a half double crochet, we're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through all three loops. Let's do this again. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all three loops. Let's do this again. Yarn over, put the hook into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over and pull through all three. Let's do this again. Yarn over, and this is going to be the pattern for the rest of the row. Sorry, it's not going to be the pattern for the rest of the row. It's going to be the pattern until we have 6 stitches left on the hook. Yeah, then I'll meet you right there and show you what to do next. So please note, I want this first to be chunky. That's why I'm using 3 strands of robin yarn. And I also aim for a total length of 25 inches, but yeah, of 25 inches, but I'm starting from the underarms, and I will make the vest 19 inches only with a starting chain from the underarms. Then I'll gradually increase the stitches as I crochet upward towards the neckline until the total length of the whole vest is 25 inches. Then once we've got into the middle of the chest, we'll mirror the shaping on the other side. Yeah, so let's put the half double crochets up to the end of let's put the half double crochets up to the end, and we have only 6 stitches left. Then I'll come back to show you what to do next. So we are approaching the end of the chain, and as I had mentioned earlier, we are going to put a single crochet in the last 6 chain instead of a half double crochet. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through all, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through all. So we have 6 stitches left. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, we still have to do the half double crochet into, so that's 1, and this is the last one. So in the last 6 stitches you're going to do a single crochet, and to do a single crochet you just go into the hook, pull through, yarn over and pull through all the 2 loops. Let's do this again. Go inside the stitch, pull through, yarn over and pull through all the 2 stitches, and then let's do it again. You go inside the stitch, yarn over and pull through all the 2 stitches, go inside the stitch, pull through, yarn over and pull through all the stitches. And that's what we do up to when we get to the very last stitch. And the reason for this single crochet is to create the ribbing for the bottom of the vest. So we go into the last stitch with 1 single crochet. Yeah, so once we've done that, we are going to chain 1 and then turn our work. And then for this second row, we are going to be working into the back loop. You see these 2 loops, they are beside each other like these. We shall be working in the back loop only. So we go into the first stitch in the back loop, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through the 2 stitches, and then we go into the second stitch in the back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 2 stitches. And we are going to do this for the first 6 stitches. So this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. And for the rest of the row we are going to put a half double crochet in the back loop. So we proceed and continue with a half double crochet. And to do a half double crochet, as I shown you earlier, you yarn over, go into the stitch, the back loop, pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3 stitches, yarn over, go into the stitch in the back loop, pull through, yarn over, pull through all stitches, yarn over. So we are going to continue this pattern until we get to the end of the row, and then I'll meet you right back and show you what to do next. So I'm going to meet you back when I've gotten to the end of the row. So yeah, we've gotten to the end of row 2, and we're going to put a half double crochet in the very last stitch. Then we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to turn our work, and here we're going to do an increase. And to make an increase, you're going to put a half double crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then we'll also put a half double crochet in the third chain from the hook, and then we are going to carry on with a pattern by inserting a half double crochet in the back loop of every stitch until we have 6 stitches left. And in those 6 stitches we'll make a single crochet in each one of them for the ribbed effect that we would like to have at the bottom of the sweater vest. So I'm going to continue off camera by putting a half double crochet in each and every back loop stitch, and then I'll meet you right back when we have our 6 stitches left. So we are coming to the end of the row, and we are going to put the last single crochet to make the ribbed effect. So let's do one last double crochet before we get to the last 6 stitches where we are going to put the single crochet for the ribbed effect. So yeah, so that's 1, 2. We've started putting the single crochet in the last stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we chain 1, turn our work, and still for the first 6 stitches we are going to put 1 single crochet in each and every one of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So as I should mention, like at the bottom where we have the ribbing, we don't do any increases. The increases only happen at the top to cater for the shoulder part. So what we are going to do now, we are going to go back on this row with a half double crochet in each and every stitch up to when we get to the top, where we shall do 1 more increase, and this is row 4. We shall do 1 more increase at the top of this row. Yeah, so continue up to the end of the row, putting 1 double crochet in each and every stitch. Then I'll meet you right back up. So we are back at the top of the row, and we're going to do another increase. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, turn our work, and we're going to put a half double crochet into the second stitch and in the third stitch, and then we are going to carry on with a half double crochet in each and every stitch of the back loop only. Up to the end, and we are going to, when we get to the last 6 stitches, we'll put a single crochet in each and every one of them, and we'll chain 1, turn our work, and work back up, to the shoulder, to the armhole. We'll be making the because this increases, we're making up for the armhole. ears. So make your way down to the very last stitch where we do the single crochet, turn your work, and I'll meet you right back up on row 6. Okay, so we've completed row 6, and we are going to stop the increases for the armhole here. However, we are going to do one increase that will go all up the way to the shoulder. So we are going to make one chain that's long enough. So in this case, I will make a chain that is 6 inches long, yeah, so that it can, when you add 19 plus 6 inches will equal to 25 inches, as I want the total length of my vest to be 25 inches. So 19 plus 6, and these are the 6 inches that I'm going to add here. So I'm going to chain up to 6 inches, then I'll meet you right back. So I am back, and I made the chain over 6 inches, and I'm going to go back on that chain with a half double crochet in each and every stitch. And the way we do that, we skip the first stitch on the loop, on the hook, and we go into the second one with a half double crochet. Sorry, like that. Then we're going to put a half double crochet in each and every stitch on the chain. Then put put a double crochet in each and every stitch on the chain, then I'll meet you right back. So we have put a half double crochet in each and every stitch of the chain that we made. So we are going to continue putting a half double crochet in the back loop only of the following stitches until the end of the row. Sorry, until we have 6 stitches left for the ribbing, and in those stitches we shall put a single crochet in each and every one of them. So continue up to the end of the row, putting a half double crochet in each and every stitch until, not a half double crochet, sorry, yes, a half double crochet in each and every stitch up to when you have 6 stitches left on the row. Then in the last 6 stitches you're going to put a single crochet in each and every one of the last stitches. You'll put a single crochet in the last 6 stitches, and I'll meet you right back. Yeah, so we are at the end of the row where we have the last 6 stitches, and we're going to put a single crochet in each and every one of these stitches. And once we've done that, we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and go back on the row first with 6 single crochet, and then turn our work. I've chained 1 and turned our work, and then we're going to go back with a single crochet in the first 6 stitches, as you can see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then after the 6 stitches, you're going to put a half double crochet in the back loop only. For this pattern we put a half double, we are working the back loops only. Yeah, half double crochet in the back loop only until we get back to that at the top of the row, then I'll meet you right back. So we are back at the top of the row, and we are going to put a half double crochet in each and every stitch, and we are placing a half double crochet in the last stitch, and we are going to chain 2, turn our work, and we are going to place a half double crochet in the first stitch, So for these rows, we are not doing any increases. We are working on the shoulder part, and we are not doing any increases at the top of these rows. And we are going to repeat this 4 times. You can repeat it depending on the size you're making. Personally, I'm making a size 43.4 inches for the bust, so I'll be making 4 rows. I'll be making 4 rows of these non-increase rows for the shoulders. And so what you're going to do, you're going to continue all the way with a half double crochet in each back loop stitch up to when you get to the last 6 stitches, where you're going to put the single crochet in each of the last 6 stitches, chain 1, turn your work, and then put a single crochet in each of the first 6 stitches. Then you continue back up with a half double crochet in the back loop of each and every stitch with no increase. You do this for 4 rows, and I will meet you right back to show you my progress. Okay, so we are back at the top of the row, and we have made 4 rows, but we're going to go back with another row of half double crochet in each and every back loop stitch. Then in the last 6 stitches, we'll put our single crochet in the back loops only, and then we'll come back up on this row. But when we get but we're going to do a decrease for this row, so we can accommodate the neckline after the shoulders. Yeah, so let me go down on this row and come back up, and then I'll show you the change that we have to make. By now, I assume you know how to go back down on this row, and that's by you chain 2, turn your work, and put a half double crochet into the first back loop stitch, and carry on putting a half double crochet in each and every stitch until you have only 6 stitches left. And you, in those 6 stitches, you'll work a single crochet in each and every one of them, chain 1, turn your work a single crochet in each and every 6 first stitches. Do a single crochet in the back loop only, and work your way up with a half double crochet in the back loops of each and every stitch, and until you have 8 stitches left. And I'll meet you right back when we have 8 stitches left, and I'll show you what to do next. So we are back up, and I told you that we'll be making decreases for this row. And for the decreases we are going to be making, they'll be for the purposes of accommodating the neckline. So as you can see, we have our vest right now. This is how it looks like, and this is for the armhole, this is for the shoulder length, and then we're going to make the first stitch, and we're going to make this decrease and leave 8 stitches not worked into in order to accommodate the neckline. So as you can see, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 stitches left. Okay, actually 9, so let me do a half double crochet into the 9th stitch. Then you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and this next row is going to be a regular row. You work across up to when you get to the last 6 stitches, where you do a single crochet in each and every one of them. Then work your way back up with a half double crochet in the back loops only stitches in each and every one of them with a half double crochet. Then I'll meet you right back up. So we've made it back up, and as I'd said, we are going to leave 2 stitches so that we keep making an incline to accommodate the neckline. And we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to do a half double crochet in each and every back loop stitch across until we have 6 stitches left, and we will do a single crochet in each and every one of those stitches. Then we'll chain 1, turn our work, and repeat 6 single crochet into the back loop of each and every stitch. Then we carry on with a half double crochet in each and every stitch across, and we come back up, and we'll again repeat. We do a repeat and leave 2 stitches unworked into, and we are going to do this for 3 rows. We're going to have 3 rows where we decrease for the neck incline. Then after that we'll have a normal row where there is no decrease at all. Then after that we'll have one more decrease of 2 stitches for the neck for the neck incline, and then we'll have one normal row. Then we'll stop the decreases. Then I'll come back and show you what to do next. So we are now at the center of the vest. Yeah, we've completed the first half, and we've achieved the desired width, which is 10.85 inches, as you can see. And actually, when you stretch, you can also stretch up to 11 inches. Next, we'll change the color, the yarn color, to orange. Yeah, and in order to do that, we'll have to okay, I already cut my yarn, but you chain 1 and then cut your yarn here at the end, as you can see. Then we are going to start working on the other half of the vest by mirroring exactly what we did on the first side, ensuring we also have 10.85 inches when we are done with, as the total width we need across for both sides will be 21.7 inches for the front panel. When we complete the back panel to match 21.7 inches on each side, the total measurement of the vest will be 43.4 inches, which is the desired overall size of the vest. So let's change the color here. We are going to get yeah, so we're going to get 3 strands of the orange yarn, and we're going to introduce them in our pattern here. So they are here, and then we've already turned our work because we chained 1 here, then we turn our work. So when we turn our work, we do a slip knot, like I showed you at the start how to make a slip knot, which is basically just tying a normal knot. That's how I make my slip knots. Just tie a normal knot and tighten it, put your hook inside, then when we chain 1 here, we pull through and that tighten. So to introduce the color yarn, you're going to get your project and go through this first stitch, this one here, go into the slip knot you made for the orange color and bring it in here. Then you're going to chain 1. So usually before I proceed, I like to further tighten the two colors, the 2 different colors, so the work is tight. Yeah, so after you've chained 1, you're going to yarn over and go through the very first stitch, the back loop of the very first stitch. As you can see, it can be a bit hard to enter into here, and pull through, yarn over, pull through. Oh sorry, you're going to yarn over, go into the back loop of the very first stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3, and this is going to be the pattern we're going to continue. Yarning over, pulling through, yarn over and pull through all 3. Yarn over, yeah. So we are going to continue this up to when we get to the end of the row, when we have 6 stitches left. When we have 6 stitches left, and then we'll enter a single crochet in each of those last 6 stitches. Then we chain 1, turn our work, and then proceed with a single crochet in each of the first 6 stitches. Then carry on across with a half double crochet in each and every stitch up to back up. Then I'll meet you right back. So we've worked back up 2 rows of regular stitches. Yes, 1, 2. But since this first side, the mustard side, had 3 rows of regular stitches, we have to go back down on the orange side to complete the 3rd row of regular stitches. And when we come in, and then we'll have to work our way back up again, and that will be like the 4th row. And on that row, we are going, when we come back up, we shall leave the last 2 stitches and worked into to create a decrease. The reason why we want to create this decrease is so that we can mirror the other side by reducing by 2 stitches. You see here we increased by 2 stitches. And since you're going to be mirroring and doing the opposite side, when we work our way, so I completed the 3 rows without any increase or decrease to mirror the first half of the vest. As you can see, on this side we had 1, 2, 3, and then on the orange side we have 1, 2, 3. And I ended up on the right side, which is this side. I chained 1 and I cut the yarn after making the single crochet. Now I'm going to start the increases from the top here. Yeah, so, and I will to make the increases, I'll have to do that with a slip knot of the orange yarn. Sorry. Yeah, so as you already know now, you make a slip knot. I'll make a slip knot. Yeah, and I'm going to join this the first stitch with a slip knot. I'm going to chain 3 and turn the work. So when we chain 3, this is where the increase is going to happen. We turn our work. So when you turn the work, I'm going to make 2 half double crochets in the 2nd and the 3rd chain to create the increase. Then after that, I'll continue with the regular pattern. And moving forward, we'll make increases on this side just like we did on the other side to mirror exactly what we did on the other side. And then when we've achieved the number of increases we need, yeah, and then I'll come back and we are going to do be making the increases up to when we get to the shoulder part. On the shoulder part, we decrease by 8 on the other side, and now on this side we shall increase by 6 stitches. Anyways, let's continue with these decreases. With these increases, and I'll meet you right back up. Yeah. So we worked our way back up after the first increase, and as you can see on this other side, after the first increase for the neckline, we had 4 regular regular rows without decreases. We'll mirror those 4 rows, then make an increase to increase the, then make an increase again here. When we get here, we'll make another increase, and to do that increase, you chain 3, turn your work, and when you turn your work, you do a half double crochet into the second and the third stitches. That's how you make an increase. Yes, and you go back down with a normal pattern that you know by now, and you conclude with a 6 single crochet in the back loops of the last stitches. When we are done with this row, we'll come back. When we are done with the 4 rows, we'll do another increase, and then 1 regular row, then we do another increase here, and then another regular row. And when we come back up, then we'll make the 8 stitches here, because remember here we decrease by 8 stitches, and then on the other side, to mirror this part, we shall increase by 8 stitches. And to increase by 8 stitches, you have to chain 9. When you turn your work, you go into the second stitch from the hook, then you go back down and you complete these 4 rows on the other side as well. And then I'll meet you back when we are at the inclined part of these armholes, either the inclined part of the armholes or at this part, to show you how to complete this, and then also how to complete this. So I'll meet you right back. So we have been mirroring our work, applying, while we applied our decreases on the first half, on this side of the first half of the neck incline. On this side, we have been making increases to achieve a balanced look. Now we are moving on to the shoulder section. Here we did the shoulder like increase. Now we are going to move here onto the shoulder section, and I will show you how to increase this shoulder part. And after that, we'll continue working the rest of the rows of camera. Once we are done, we'll reconvene for the armhole, this armhole inclined section on this other side, and I will demonstrate how to make the decreases on this side. Yeah, let's proceed. So in order to make an increase for the shoulders, you are going to have to chain and before we proceed, I also wanted to show you, yes, okay, now I think that's okay. So we are going to chain our 9, because we decreased here by 8 stitches. So in order to make 8 stitches, we have to chain 9, because we skipped the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we are going to turn our work, and then we're going to work a half double crochet in each of the next 8 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then from here we are going to follow the usual pattern, which you already know by now, to complete all the 4 rows. The 4 rows, the regular 4 rows, these ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, they're 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the 5 rows of camera. And then I'll meet you right back when we get to this part of the incline for the armhole. So see you right back. Okay, so I'm back and I've completed the 5 rows of the shoulder section, these rows. And what we are going to do next, now we are going to start working on the armhole incline it on this side as well. And when we ended the incline on the other side, the mustard side, we had a total of 58 stitches. And also on this side, we are going to, after completing the 5 rows for the shoulder section, when we go back up, we shall stop at the 58th stitch. Now we are not going to go all the way up to the top of the shoulder section. No, we are going to stop here somewhere slightly above the middle section, and it will be a total of 58 stitches when you include the single crochet stitches as well. So 6 single crochet and plus 52 half double crochet, that's a total of 58 stitches. And when we end here, once we've done that, we end here, and then we'll chain 1. I've already chained 1, and then we are going to turn our work, and we are going to make our very first decrease. Apologies, when we turn our work, we are not going to do a decrease, because on the other side it was a regular row. So we are going to turn our work, and we are going to do a half double crochet in the back loop of the first stitch, and we are going to go back all the way down with a half double crochet in each back loop until we get to the single crochet, the last 6 stitches, where we'll put a single crochet in each of the back loops. So continue working your way down, and I'll meet you right back down. So we are coming to the end of this row, and we have 6 stitches left, and we are going to proceed and put a single crochet in each of the last back loop stitches of this row. So we are putting the last single crochet in the back loop of this row. We are going to chain 1 and then turn our work, and we are going to proceed with the usual pattern that you should know by now. We start off with a 6 single crochet into the back loops of the first 6 stitches. Then we carry across with a half double crochet into each and every stitch. But what we're going to do this time around is we are going to make a decrease, and I will show you how to make the decrease when you get to that part. So we are coming back up, and we're on the 37th stitch. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. We are going to carry on up to when we are on the 56th stitch, and that's why we'll stop, because now we are making a decrease of 2 stitches, and we are mirroring what we did on the other side. On the other side we increased by 2 stitches. Now on this side we are going to decrease by 2 stitches. So from 58 stitches we are going to reduce 2 stitches, and we'll have a total of 56 left. So when we get to the 56th stitch, we are just going to chain 1, turn our work, and carry on with the pattern, leaving the other stitches unworked into. I hope that makes sense. So let me meet you right back when I'm on the 56th stitch, and then we turn our work together. Yeah, so we go to the 56th stitch. Yeah, and so we are going to leave the 2 stitches unworked into, and so what we are going to do now, we are going to chain 1, turn the work, and then we are going to carry on with a pattern that that you know by now. That's a half double crochet in each of the back loop stitches. Then the last 6 stitches, a single crochet in each of the back loop stitches. Then we come back up, and I'll show you what to do next. Yeah, so we made our last increase, and we went down and came back up, and we are going to make the very last row without any decrease. Yeah, I meant we made the last decrease, not increase. So without any decrease, and this is going to be the very last row. and it's going to mark the end of this project. Let me finish up this. Let me go back down and finish this row, and then I'm going to come back up and show you how the project, this panel looks like, and this is going to be the front panel. Yeah, now we are coming to the end of this row, and this is going to be the very last row that we make for this vest, for this front panel, and it's going to make the end of this front panel. And we'll go back and do exactly what we did with this panel with a back panel. So we are going to make the back panel in the same way. The only difference that we'll make for the back panel, when it comes to the for the incline, because I remember for this part, when it came to the when we came to decreasing, we decreased by 8 stitches, and for the back panel we shall decrease by 6 stitches. So the neckline is a bit higher than the front one. Yeah, so we'll decrease by 6 stitches, but that's all, and then you can carry on. And then when you have both panels, we'll have to sew them together. So you can proceed and work on your front panel, the back panel of camera. Then I'll meet you right back when we have both panels, and then we'll stitch them together. Right now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and cut off all the loose ends. So I'll first of all fix them up. Yeah, and try to hide them and then cut them off. Yeah, you can do this. I'm going to do this off camera, then I'll meet you back when I've finished the back panel, and then we stitch it together. Then I'll show you how it's done. So this is how the project looks like so far, front all the way to the bottom. Yeah, and it's measuring up to 19 inches, and when slightly stretched, I think it could go up to 22 inches. Right now 19 inches, and we need a total width front and back of 43.4 inches. So I think this is fine because this yarn is super stretchy. Yeah, and the length, is 17 inches. Yeah, sorry, the length is I need to be measuring from the shoulder section. Yeah, and the length is up to 23 inches. Yeah, so let's work on the back panel of camera, and then I'll meet you right back up. So a few hours later, and I'm back from making the back panel of camera. Please go back to this video and follow the instructions on how to work the back panel, as it's exactly the same procedure with the front panel. The only difference is that the number of stitches, the stitches here, the number of stitches on the back panel connecting to the neck incline will be 6 stitches instead of 8 stitches like we did for the front panel. Okay, and now that we have both panels assembled, the next step is to join them together, because right now they are not together, they're not stitched together. We are going to have to join them together. Please ensure that both panels are on the wrong side. Yes, because after that, because after joining, we'll have to turn them on the right side so that we can work on this armhole ribbing and also the neck ribbing at the finishing. Yeah, so let's begin. To join the work together, we are going to start off by joining it here on these corner stitches, and we'll join all the way up to here. We shall end here. Yeah, then we shall do the same thing for the other side. Yes. Now let's begin. So first of all, we shall first cut off. We are going to cut off the yarn from the back panel, and then we are going to start stitching with a needle. So here we are cutting off the threads from the back panel, pull through and tie it in. Yeah. Now we are going to put these 3 strands in this yarn needle. Usually depends on it's hard to pull through. Yeah, so we are now going to cut off the yarn with a scissor. So the length of the scissor that we cut should be long enough to stitch both the panels together from this corner all the way to the upper corner. So here is a scissor, so I'll cut here. Then you're going to start joining. Okay, now that we have our thread safely in the needle, let's begin joining the panels. And to join, I'll be using a needle. So to join, I start with I'll go through the first stitch of the back panel. So to join, I'll start at the corner. So this is the corner of the work. Note that I have a different yarn color on both panels, but on the same side, because we are using 2 colors, orange and mustard, and all of them on both sides are on the same side. Yeah, this is intentional for the look. When you have the needle, go through the very first stitch of the panel that will be on top. Then you go through the panel that's at the back, and you go through also the very first stitch of the panel, and then you pull through the needle of both stitches. Yeah, but make sure that when you pull through, you don't pull through the whole thread. You pull through and then make a knot here in the corner. So once you've pulled through that, you're going to go through the very first stitch and also go through the first stitch of the panel, of both panels. Yeah. And once you've done that, you're going through the very first stitch, and then you go through the back loop of the panel at the back. And then you pull through. Yeah, and then we go through the next stitch, and we also go through the back loop of the panel on the other side. Then we'll go through the next stitch, then also go through the other stitch. Yeah, we shall fix these loose ends later. So we are going to keep doing this up to when we are at the top. I hope this makes sense. You're going to keep joining like this. You get 1 stitch on the panel that's on the top, then you go through the back loop of the panel at the back. So we are going to do this, and I'll meet you when we are almost to the end of this side. I'm joining this side. Yeah, so we are coming to the end, to the end. We're coming to the end, joining these panels, and you can see we are now here at the start of the armholes, and this is where we'll end the joining here. We are not going to join the armholes because that will be space for where the arms will go through. Yeah, and as you join, make sure you tighten it. You tighten the threads. Yes, and we now have one side joined together. Yeah, one side joined together. Now we are going to go and do exactly what we've done on this side onto the other side. And remember, for this side we'll be using orange or whatever color that you decided to use for this project. Yeah, on this side I'll join it on, and you will have to do this off camera. I'll not be showing you how to do this, yeah, because it's exactly the same thing. Now what we're going to do next, we are going now to work on the ribbing. We're going to work on the ribbing over, you can, yeah, and to make the stitch the joining tighter, you can go through it again one last time and yeah, do this. Now we are going to cut our yarn, and we are going now to make the ribbing for the armhole. And I'm going to come back and show you how to make the ribbing for the armhole once I've finished joining this side of my project. Now I've also started joining the other side, which is the orange side, together as well. Yeah, and as I showed you before, you pull through, and you also you pull through and make a knot before you can proceed with the rest of the joining of these panels together. And don't worry about the loose ends. We shall cut them when we are done in joining the stitches together. So as I said, you go through the very first stitch on both sides. Yes, once you've done that, you go through the next stitch, and then you also go through the back loop. You go through the back loop of the panel at the back, and you pull through. Then you go through the next stitch, and also the back loop of the next stitch on the back of panel. I don't care about the loose ends, we always fix them when we are done. Yeah, now you just have to make sure that your joining is tighter. You tighten it at the end. So we are done joining both sides of our panels together. As you can see, it's now one singular work. Yeah, now we are going to join the shoulders as well together, these parts of the shoulders for both the front and the back panel together as well, these ones here, and I'll show you how to do that. When you're cutting the yarn that is going to join the shoulders together, it should almost be like the length, of the same length of what you want to join together. Yeah, so we're going to start with the orange side, the shoulder part, and we'll put our yarn thread into the needle. Yeah, so once we have the yarn thread into the needle, we go into the corner of the work, for both panels, and we pull through and make a knot. And as I said, we are going to cut all the loose ends at the end. Yeah, so you make the knot there, and then you go through the very first stitch, both panels, and pull through it. Yes, you go into the second stitch, both panels, pull through, go into the third stitch of both panels, pull through, and the next stitch of both panels and pull through. And this is going to be the process that we follow throughout the stitching together of these panels of the shoulder. Yeah, and then I'll meet you at the end. So we've come at the end of joining the shoulder parts together, and we'll do exactly the same thing for the other side, which is the mustard side. Basically it's the same thing, so I'll do that off camera, and then I'm going to come back and show you how to finish it off with the ribbing for the neck and for the armholes. So see you right back. I'm finishing off joining the other side of the shoulder, and now we have both panels joined together, front and back. Let me show you how our panels look like. Yes, now both panels have been joined together. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to work on the ribbing. You see, both panels are now together. And to do this, we're going to turn our work on the right side. On the right side like this. Yeah, so this is how the vest looks like so far. Now let's proceed with work on the ribbing for the armholes and then the neck. So to start and have the ribbing for the armholes, we are going to insert insert the hook in the middle part here and pull through. You notice, like for the yarn, I'm going to mix both the mustard. I'm going to mix both the mustard and the orange color together so that we can have a blended look, or a pop-up look. Yeah, so yes, then we are going to chain one. So for the ribbing, it should be the same size as the ribbing we did, which was we're making 6 stitches. So in order to have the same size, we shall, if you want it shorter, you can make it shorter, but personally I'm going to make it the same size. So you chain 6, so 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an extra chain for turning. Yeah, then you turn your work, and then we are going to put a single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, right now this is what we have. So in order to join this ribbing that we're making, the single stitch ribbing to the body of the armhole, we are going to slip stitch into that stitch right there, slightly. I think the stitch is slightly to the left. Yeah, slightly to the left. But you put it a bit lower so that it's held together more tightly and there are no holes or spaces. There are no spaces left. Yeah, so we slip stitch here, and now that we've joined it together, so before we go back up, we are going to do, yes, so before we go back up, we are going to do a decrease of 3 stitches, And to do the decrease, you put your hook in here, pull through, then you put your hook into the next stitch, pull through, then you also put your hook into the next stitch, pull through. So you have 4 loops left. Yeah, 4 loops, and then you get the very first loop, the very first one, and pull it through all 3. Once you've done that, you're going to turn your work, and then we go back up on this ribbing. And when you're going back up, you have to skip the first 2 stitches. 1, 2. You have to make sure that on the single crochet ribbing, it's always the total number of stitches here is 6. It shouldn't be more than that. It's 6. So you skip 1, 2, then you go into this 3rd stitch with a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, once you get to the last one, you chain 1, turn your work. Yeah, we turn the work like this, and we go into the very first stitch with a single crochet. Remember, you don't go into this chain, the chain 1 turning chain, you don't work into it, you work into the very first stitch. So you skip the chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we are back at the body now, and we're going to join the body with a slip stitch like we did before. So you move slightly to the left here with a slip stitch and join with a slip stitch. And once you're done joining with a slip stitch, we're going to do another decrease of 3 stitches. So you to do the decrease, of course, you go into the stitch, you pull through, you go into the next stitch, you pull through. I usually want to go like a bit lower so that it's held more firmly. That's the 2nd stitch, you pull through, then you go into the 3rd stitch and you pull through. So we have 4 stitches. So and the very last one, you pull it through all 3 of these stitches. Yeah, and then we are going to turn our work. Yeah, and then we are going to turn our work. Yeah, and as I said earlier, when you turn your work, you skip the first 2 stitches, because one is a slip stitch and the other one was a decrease stitches, and we don't need to work into them because we have to maintain the number of stitches on the ribbing, which is 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 1, and we turn our work again. Yeah, and we go into the very first stitch. We skip the chain 1, go into the very first stitch with a single crochet, the 2nd stitch with a single crochet, the 3rd stitch with a single crochet, 4th with a single crochet, 5th with a single crochet, and then the 6th with a single crochet. Yeah, and we, like as we did earlier, we go to a bit to the left and we do our slip stitch to join the single crochets to the body, and then we do a decrease again of 3 stitches. So 1, 2. I think by now you're familiar with how to do these decreases. And the very last one, you pull it through all of those stitches. Then we turn the work, and as I said earlier, we skip the first 2 stitches, and we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chain 1, turn the work, go into the first stitch with a single crochet. So we were making a decrease of 3. Now we are going to do something different. Yeah, so we have the 6 stitches. So you yes, we are back on the body. So we are going to join the body with a slip stitch. I mean the ribbing to the body with a slip stitch, and then we are going to do a decrease of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then you pull the third one into the all of them, and then then you skip the first 2, and then you come back up with ribbing. Should be 6 stitches for the single crochet here. Get to the end, then we chain 1, and then we turn our work. So we are going to do something different. We're going to go back on the chain the normal way, but when we get to the body of the armhole, instead of doing 3 decreases, we are going to start doing 2 decreases. Yes. Yeah, the reason why we are making 2 decreases now is just now we are on the straight part of the shoulder of the armholes, but when you're in the corner, in these corners, because we have them here on the back as well, in the corners you make a decrease of 3 stitches, and when you're on the straight part, the decreases will be like 2 stitches. So I'm going to show you one last time of how to make the decreases for the straight part of the shoulders, and after that I'll meet you right at the end of this ribbing for the armholes, and you will do exactly that. You'll do exactly the same ribbing to the other side of the armhole, and I won't be showing you how to do that because now you will have gotten a hang of it and you know what to do, because it's exactly the same thing. Yeah, so now we are on the straight part and we made a slip stitch. So to join, you just go into this first stitch. I mean, to do the decrease, you go into the first stitch and you pull through, and then the second stitch and you pull through, and then you pull through all 2. And then we turn our work and we go back. As usual, we have to skip the very first 2 stitches because one is a slip knot that joins the ribbing to the body, and then the other stitches are the 2 decreases we've made. Yeah, so we go back up till we have 6 stitches. Let me come up. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so when we go back, yeah, when we go back up the ribbing, we chain 1, and then we go back on the ribbing by going into the very first stitch of the with a single crochet, and all the following 6 stitches with a single crochet. And when we get to the body, we're going to join with a slip stitch. Yeah, now we are at the body and we are going to join with a slip stitch here. Yeah, then you're going to do a decrease of 2. And okay, so we are back. Sorry, yeah, so we made a slip stitch to join the ribbing to the body. Now we are going to do a decrease of 2, and to do the decrease, you go into that first loop, pull through the second loop, pull through, and then you pull through all, and we turn our work. You skip the first 2 stitches and you go into the third with a single crochet. Yeah, and I think by this point you know what to do. You're going to do this all through up to when you get to this part, and I'll come back and show you how to finish. Sorry, up to when you get to this point, and then I'll come back and show you how to finish it off. Okay, so we've got to the corner, to the other end of the corner of the armhole, and as promised, I said I'll meet you here, and I've already completed the ribbing coming from up for the single crochet. and I made a slip stitch already. So since we are at the corner, I had mentioned that we would be making 3 decreases instead of 2. So we are done with the straight part. So for the straight part, we were making 2 decreases. Now for this corner, we are going to be making 3 decreases. We are going to go back to making 3 decreases, and to make the 3 decreases, you go into the first stitch and pull up, go through the second stitch and pull up, and go through the third stitch and pull up, and then pull through all the 3 stitches on the loop, all the 3 loops on the hook, all the 3 stitches on the hook, sorry. Yes, and then we are going to turn our work, and we are going to skip 2 and chain back up, and then we are going to chain 1, chain back down onto the body, slip stitch, and then make that 3 decreases. I'll show you one last time, and then I'll wind it up there, because I believe you'll be able to do it up to the end. Then I'll come back to show you how to finish off this ribbing at the end. So we've made our way back to the body of the work, and I told you I'll show you one last time. So we slip stitch, sorry, yeah, we slip stitch slightly to the left, yeah, and then we are going to do the 3 decreases. So to do the 3 decreases, you go into the first stitch, pull up, you go into the second stitch, pull up, then you go into the third stitch. I like to go a little bit lower, pull up, and then go through all the 3 loops on the hook. Yeah, and that's how we make the decreases. So we are going to continue this up to this point, and then I'll meet you back here. We are going to turn our work, yeah, then continue, and I'll meet you back at this point. Yeah, so we've made it up to this point. What we did, we did our last 3 decreases, went back on the loop, and then we are coming back down at this point where we are going to do a slip stitch. Yeah, a slip stitch. Then we are going to chain 1, and then we are going to join these 2 parts together. And to join these 2 parts together, you join them from the wrong side, yeah, by doing like this. And then we are going to go through the very first stitch on this side, and go through the very first stitch on this side, and we are going to join this with a slip stitch. And I think by now you know what a slip stitch is. We are going to do this for the second stitch on both sides with join with a slip stitch, the third stitch on both sides joining with a slip stitch, and then on the fourth, and on the fifth, join with a slip stitch, then the 6th. Yes, and that's it. You chain 1, cut your yarn, and tighten, and tighten. Yeah, now we are done. Yeah, we are done with this side of the armhole, and this is how it looks like. Yeah, we are going to do the very thing that we've done on this side on this other side for the ribbing, and you will have to copy exactly what we did on this side onto this other side. Now next I'm going to show you how to make the ribbing for the leg. Yeah, and and then we'll finish up this work. Then we'll for the loose ends, usually what I like to do for these loose ends, I actually usually just make a knot for these ones here in the corner. Make a knot, a very tight knot like this, and then I cut the yarn with a scissor. Yeah, then for this part usually I just weave in the loose ends with a hook. Bring them in and do the weaving. And to make it more tighter, usually sometimes I also do the same thing. I bring in like 2 of the threads, leave the other one on the other end, and I make a knot as well before I cut the loose ends with a scissor. Yeah, then I cut with a scissor. And that's, yeah, and that's how the this is how it looks like right now. And you're going to repeat the same process to this other side, and I'll come back and show you how to make the ribbing for the neckline. So I am back, and I finished crocheting the armhole on the orange side, as you can see. As you can see, just like I did on the mustard colored side. The only difference is I used 2 orange colored yarns and 1 mustard colored yarn for the orange side, and just like I did on the mustard side, where I used 2 mustard colored yarns with 1 orange yarn for the mustard side. So this color combination will also be used for the neck ribbing. Yeah, for the neck will also be used for the neck ribbing, which we're going to start working on. It will look similar to how we made the ribbing for the armholes, on the straight parts of the neckline and also on the inclined parts of the neckline. So for the sloped parts, which are these parts, these are the ones I'm referring to. I don't know if you can see properly. Yeah, these parts of the neckline will have to, for these sloped parts, we'll have 3 decreases, and for the straight part, which is really small, where the 6-inch stitches and the 8 stitches on the front panel and 6 stitches on the back panel, will make a decrease of 2 stitches. So here we'll do two decreases, and on the inclined part we'll make 3 decreases. And I'm going to show you the process, and we're going to start with the orange side. So let's begin. So to begin, we are going to insert our hook into that middle section. That's the middle section of the shoulder part, and we are going to pull through the yarn and make a knot. Then we're going to put through the yarn and chain 1. We're going to chain actually 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 extra for that turning chain. So the ribbing is going to be exactly the same size as the ribbing for the bottom part of the sweater vest and for the armholes. And then we are going to turn our work, and we're going to go into the first stitch after we've skipped the chain 1, and we're going to make 6 single crochet stitches. Five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I hope you can see well. So we have 6, yeah, and we've got to the body. So we are going to slip stitch. We don't slip stitch here, but here the next part we're going to do a slip stitch. Sorry, we're going to do a slip stitch just like that. Since we are on the straight part, we are going to make 2 decreases, and to make the 2 decreases, you go into the first stitch, pull up, then you go into the second stitch, pull up, and then you go through all the 2 stitches on the loop. Turn the work, skip the first 2 stitches, and then crochet all the way back. It has to be a total of 6 for the ribbing. 1, sorry, I made a mistake here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Chain 1, turn the work, and we are going to go back on this stitch with a single crochet in each and every stitch in the back loop, only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So when you get to the body, we attach the ribbing to the body with a slip stitch. Then we do a decrease of 2 stitches since we are still on the straight part. Yeah, so the straight part will end here, and then from here we are going to do a decrease of 3 stitches, just like we did in the corners on the armholes. Yeah, and then we are going to go all around. When you get to this mustard side, don't forget to use 2 strands of mustard color and then 1 strand of orange, so the colors may blend nicely. And then you're going to go all the way around up to this point, and then you join this part just like we joined the armhole here the first time, and then that will be the end. I'll just come back and show you when I'm done and how my vest looks like at the end. I'm back, and I finished the neck line ribbing for the sweater vest. As you can see that the front panel is a bit lower than the back panel. That's why we had the stitches of the back panel less than the front panel, so we could achieve that final look. Yeah, so anyway, here's the final look. I love how it turned out. It has a cozy, chunky, and stylish vibe. Yeah, and I'm really happy with it. It's giving cozy, chic, and a touch of chunky flair. So if you've enjoyed watching this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below. And if you would love to see me if there's something that you would love to see me do next, please also don't forget to drop it in the comment section. For any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. And also don't forget to follow my page, my Instagram, my TikTok, and our Twitter pages for more updates. Yeah, so see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Bye. Crochet sweater vest, and this is for a small size. Yeah. Yep.